Yeah, I mean, this guy's clearly, like, right here, and then you have the first one, and go kill the second guy. I think this guy actually hurts me. I never had any difficulty with these guys but until I was recording this segment. I mean, I repeatedly in a row died because they managed to get me. So, I back off a little bit, but I stay close enough that I only takes, like, I think one additional Shard Reaper shot past what it usually does. So it's not like I waste all that much time. And then here, you see I wait to get his soul. Souls actually move slower than charge boots. So if I just charge boot away and get to the smuggler, I have to wait for the soul to catch up, and that's silly.
And here we get some kind of green stank aura, which actually turns out to be the decryptor? Hacker? I don't really know. I've played so many games.
Infiltrator? No, Infiltrator is the first Ratchet, right? Decryptor. I'm pretty sure it's Decryptor.
That sounds right. We've played so many of these, they all blur together.
And here's the only time we use the Robo-Wings. That menu opening was intentional. You freeze during that little control thing unless you open your menu. But here, you can actually see I'm going faster than the Zoni. Like, I'm catching up to the Zoni, which you're not supposed to do.
And we do that with an interesting little technique where you use Clank's flap, which is diagonally faster than just normal flying. So you point yourself down at the ground, and so the diagonal movement is now forward.
Yeah, because, like, the game actually does accelerate you when you go downwards. So you just flap so you maintain some semblance of altitude and just aim yourself a little bit down. And it's faster. It's quite wonderful, really. And then here you see probably the easiest and most laughable skip in the entirety of the run. I mean, you just jump onto some pipes, and then you don't have to do the plant. This was actually one of the very first glitches that I found, and one of the things that suggested to me and Bjorn that this run would just tear this game apart, as it has.
And this is also laughable. Is there any reason to do those little pads? You can just jump right onto the platform. There's no challenge, no skill, no glitching, no climbing. You just go over there and jump onto it. It's like they put the little dock right there, so you could get onto it.
Dancing to the music here. These things are really, really boring. I mean, even doing it, having done these as many times as I have, they're pretty boring. So watching it must be excruciating for you guys.
Especially when you're doing a speedrun, and you're amped up and ready to go fast, and you have to wait for that stupid little spark to, like, get to you.
I wish, it'd be really cool, actually, be a button that it just accelerates the spark. So
that would be
like, on the really hard ones in challenge mode, you obviously wouldn't use that. But on the ones like that, where you're already in position way preemptively, then just go ahead and use it.
Might as well.
Here, it's actually possible to do some fancy jumping and get out of the building the long way around. And it's a little bit faster than turning this. But turning this also lowers the bridge, and skipping the bridge is a little bit more difficult. And if you add in the bridge skip, then it takes longer.
And Bjorn had mentioned, I'm Bjorn. Isaac had mentioned this to me earlier. But you're actually still moving during that little bridge lowering cutscene. So it's important to note that you can still move and grab the ledge or get onto the little pier during that.
I think we're both definitely Bjorn.
I am pretty awesome, so.
Yeah, just go to latch onto somebody else's name. That was intentional. It's impossible to charge boots and then get us fresh jump. And then I love this little skip. It just seems so obvious. I don't really know why they left a rock that you could get on in there, but then
There's
again,
one like that in our goal list, too.
yeah, there's always one like that in all the little circular cave areas. This is a very compact game. That's one of the things that makes it so glitchable, is that all the areas are, like, pretty much always circular, or C-shaped, or
S-shaped.
yeah, there's always very short distances between things. So even if there's, like, a wall in your way, I mean, walls aren't really an obstacle when you're Swedish.
Not at all.
Final puzzle solved. I think we're opening a door here. Oh, and check it out.
A door to the cutscene fail.
See, when you walk in here, you're facing the blue, right? And then it shows you walking in and you're facing the back side of it. So it actually, the cutscene begins with you facing the opposite side of that room. And here you can see that until the autosave's finished, we can't fly away.
And they're also annoyingly talking in the background. That just makes it worse.
Yeah. And then just flying back to the ship to go to Mukau 2. Now, Mukau 2 is just riding a taxi, fighting a battle, killing the boss. Zorthan? The electric guy.
He's actually so lame we probably don't... I mean, I don't remember who he is, because You'll see.
Yeah.
It's pretty great, actually.
I think a lot of people know the Zorthan kill technique, but we don't even really fight him. But Moo Cow is thankfully less glitchy this time. The glitched route that we use to get to the arena is actually only about 15 seconds slower than the taxi, but I mean obviously it's slower and more difficult, so there's no reason to do it. So we just ride the taxi, which is boring but fast.
So just do some spins here. You can't really shoot, no opportunity for no scopes or any kind of stuff like that, but
yeah, I just spent a little while just playing with the camera, showing off the fuzzy dice and Ratchet's face. And there's a little symbol on the side of the decryptor infiltrator device, which looks like something else I've seen in the game, but I don't know what it is. I never noticed that little symbol until this segment. But I don't actually know what that is. I think it's something dealing with Tachyon, one of his little symbols. Anyway, here's the fight, and this fight goes really well. It's the one that's actually on a timer, and I think it's a 5-minute timer, and I think I beat it in like 40 seconds, maybe?
Around there, yeah.
So considering that I'm, severely underleveled and do the whole thing with, like, I think one weapon, pretty happy with how this fight went. The spawns were handled pretty well. Not really much to complain about. I think I almost die, actually, because those flames always get in my way.
You get hit a couple of times. You get hit by one guy. I forget what type of enemy he is. But then you also get hit by the flames, and you're down really low. But then you win.
Yeah, so that guy hits me. The sword guy. And then I think the flames do 4 damage at this point, so very close to losing this segment. And I'm actually really happy with how well this segment turned out. There's surprisingly few things that I would legitimately call mistakes, considering how long and difficult of a segment it is. I'm more than happy with it. Then I was expecting to get burned there, but I guess it is later.
Not much later, though. You're running more than 30 seconds.
Oh, maybe I don't get burned? I thought I did.
I thought so too. We'll find out, I guess.
Oh yeah, he's behind me, and then I jump right into it.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 health left.
But then we win, so it doesn't matter.
I bet you guys were all bated breath and suspense for when that fire would come.
On the edge of your seats.
And here's a giant menacing energy creature of some sort. And, I mean, basically you just kill him by luring him into the lava. I haven't actually ever managed to get him to use his little spinny attack first. I don't think he has a routine that causes that to happen. But this time he goes into it really, really quickly. So I just trick him into going backwards, and he's dead.
Yep, that was the boss.
Hollow Pirate Disguise 1. And next up it's Creely Comet, I believe? Yeah, Creely Comet, which is its own segment because there's some difficult skips. It's also a beautiful segment. So.
Very beautiful. One of the things I am most proud of, since I found relatively few pieces of this run, like 2 or 3, for the most part, like major skips, and one of them's on Creely, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the teddy bear skip. But we'll talk about that in the Creely segment, obviously. I'm trying to remember what you found one of the Metropolis skips.
The Metropolis skip to get to the grind rails. The rest was Isaac's brilliant work.
Yeah, and you found the Kabalia climb was mutual. I mean, like, getting out was, everyone knows about that. Everyone in the YouTube glitching community. But the actual specific way to climb up it was mutually decided.
So there are a couple of ways to get to the top of that, as far as I remember.
Yeah,
I mean, a couple of different little routes you can climb, but that one was the fastest.
Yeah. There are definitely a few others. I think there's one in Zordum, which is also a segment coming up soon.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But here's the save, so we'll see you guys on Creely.
Bye, guys.